Hey there, me hearties. It's Kerry Piscean, Pirate Queen, coming to you from my Sacred Heart Soul Care Centre down at Christies Beach with a forecast about the upcoming new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. Exciting. It's happening on the 15th of October at 4:25 a.m. Adelaide time, just according to your place in the world. And I'll get into the eclipse shortly. New moons are a great opportunity to plant the seeds of what you want more of in your life. And this new moon is in the sign of Libra. And Libra is all about relationships and how we connect to others, how we become self-aware through our interactions with others. Often it's a heart connection, but sometimes it can also be any kind of committed relationship, whether it's a business relationship, a relationship that requires trust of people. Now, the degree that this new moon falls at is 22 degrees, which is in the Sabian symbol system, is about the service that we offer up as an act of joy to bring more joy into our lives. And so it's service offered for the greatest good, not service offered as self-interest. So that's something to think about in terms of who you are, what you think you're here to do, and how you help humanity. Now, this is a very interesting eclipse because there's some other things that are happening. 2 days beforehand, a few days beforehand, on the 12th of October, Pluto, the big planet of transformation and change, turns direct. And so that means now the time of introspection and reviewing is complete, and Pluto begins its forward move in the last 3 degrees of Capricorn. And Capricorn is about all our worldly structures, government, the institutions that have agency in the world that we live. If you think about your body, it's the skeleton, so it's the structure inside upon which your flesh and all of your systems allow you to have a human experience. So in the world, we have a beautiful planet that we live on where everything is alive, and then we have these structures that humanity has built in order to function in that world, or in order for that world to operate in a certain kind of way. And we've all witnessed in recent times that there are some people at the top who aren't necessarily operating for the greater good. We are here, all divine creations, and some of the people who are at the top of the hierarchy believe that they have the right to control and sometimes not treat so well. So anyway, this eclipse gives us a little clue about what we can do. There are a couple of other important things that are happening. So when Pluto turns direct on the 12th, it squares the planet Mars, and Mars is in the final degrees of Libra. So Pluto from Capricorn forming a square to Mars, and Pluto square Mars, really expect some explosive or earth-shattering events to take place. It could be serious earthquakes, or it could just be serious exposure of deep-level corruption. And Mars is about our energy and agency. So let's just summarise that as abuses of power in world governments, hierarchies. Oh, wow, what a surprise. Didn't expect that. So anyway, in the new moon chart, getting back to the new moon chart, which happens on the 15th of October, and eclipses shake us up to get us back on our path. And the impact of them lasts 3 to 6 months. And then there'll be another little shake up to make sure that we're on our path. After this eclipse, there's another eclipse in this cycle, which happens 2 weeks later, and I'll do a further update about that. That one is in Taurus. So that will impact on people who have planets in Taurus or in Scorpio, which is the opposite sign. So I just want to talk to you about the actual eclipse chart. And if you'd like to have a look, some people like to see the chart. So I'll try to hold that up there so we can see. This is just cast for Adelaide. You can cast it for wherever you are in the world. But here are the planets here lined up. Sun, Moon, etc., etc. And we've also got the South Node here. The South Node conjunct the Sun and the Moon and the other planets is really about releasing the things from our life or the people from our life which no longer serve our highest good. And what's our highest good? Our highest good is to be evolving, to become a better version of ourselves. So anyone that's holding us back from that really needs to kind of go into release mode. So Mercury, the planet of communication, is in the sign of Libra at the time of this eclipse. And it's at 17 degrees of Libra. And then directly opposite is Chiron. Chiron is the sign of the wounded healer. And Chiron is at 17 degrees of Aries. So this is about an opportunity for each one of us to claim our agency, claim our sovereignty, stand up for ourselves. And this may just be in terms of our relationship, in terms of being able to say, oh, I'm not accepting that anymore. I want something more for myself. Each individual journey is different, and so you'll know for yourself when it's time to actually review what's happening for you and what you need to bring about that change. But the universe is presenting the opportunity. So if you think of the planetary energies in the way that you might, a nice wave if you're out in the ocean and you're a surfer and you see it coming and you go, ooh, I'm going to get my board on that. So this is an opportunity to do that. So taking some time out to write down your thoughts about certain things and just to have some alone time to bring about that opportunity for healing. So really do a bit of an inventory on what's going on for you in your life. The other thing that's happening is that the planet Venus is in the sign of Virgo. It's at 5 degrees of Virgo, and it's opposite Saturn at 0 degrees of Pisces. And Saturn in Pisces is really about claiming your responsibility as a spiritual agent in the world and taking responsibility for that and standing up to take on a leadership role if that's how you see your life. Now, anyone who was born in the 1960s has the planet Chiron natally in Pisces, and there's a whole cohort of people who have assisted to bring in alternative health and to help with this ushering in of this new age of enlightenment that we're currently entering into. So if you haven't stepped up and claimed your position, claimed your role in this movement, now's a great time to do that. Just while I'm on that, this is my Libra Healing Mandala t-shirt. If you'd like to order one of these, please get in touch. Hope to get them up on my website real soon. And have a great new moon. Now, as I said, write down how you can be of service to humanity at this time. And maybe it's by simply being a nicer person, or deciding to not eat bad food or consume things that aren't good for your body or your mind or your spirit. So it could be there could be a little bit of a sacrifice, but also how can you be of service to humanity at this time? So food for thought, lots to think about. Hope you enjoyed the update, and if you would like to know more about my work, visit my website www.sacredheartsoulcarecentre.com. I'm also on YouTube as Kerry Harte Piscean Pirate Queen if you'd like to catch any of my forecasts past or present on there, and also some of my painting videos which I will be posting on there. Have a great new moon.